Okay, so I mean, I entered the university knowing that I wanted to do something with journalism. I was super active in my small like high school newspaper, as I feel like a lot of people were. And I just wanted an opportunity to explore that more. I really like talking to people, same old that everyone says. Love talking to people, love being able to convey issues to the general public that they may not be aware of. And so I came to UT as a journalism major, and so naturally, I really wanted to work for the Texan. I think that was part of the reason I feel like I just went to UT, because I just heard so much about the Texan. I wanted to work for it. Yeah, so I started right off the bat my first semester freshman year, and I haven't left since. And I haven't left because I love it here. I mean, I worked primarily in the news department. I spent a lot of my time report as a senior reporter for the UT system, and I just absolutely loved it. I love being able to read the reports and everything and report on them. And eventually, and this is kind of what inspired me into my current role. Like a lot of people in the journalism industry, feel like the industry can do better when it comes to serving underrepresented minorities or communities. And so over the summer, I joined the Diversity Inclusion Board, which inspired me, as you know, to become one of two internal relations directors this semester. But I really liked being able to read all the reports that THECB, Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, I loved reading all the reports from them, reading the data. And it's fascinating how much gets lost behind like the legal jargon or government jargon, and how much gets lost because people are just too intimidated by the numbers, because those numbers are intimidating and those reports are long and no one wants to read them. But I wanted to read them to figure out what they actually meant and convey them to the audience. So that was the reasoning behind the majority of my stories as a senior reporter. Every time, the UT system released an agenda, my editors know, but like I would print it out, I would cut it up, and I currently have like 3 binders, like one for each semester on on like UT system just papers. Just because, again, like I really wanted my goal to be able to actually help the readers understand what was going on behind the scenes. And a lot of that information is publicly available. The university and the UT system are public institutions, but it's just so hard to access that data and take the time out to read it. So that was my primary goal. Over the summer, incidents fell back and forth, and I realized that this was definitely something that I wanted to be a part of. And this was the way I wanted to give back to the Texan from like the management point of view, and make sure that what I was doing was a little more long lasting. I loved reporting, but as a reporter, you don't control the overall coverage of the Texan. You can only control your own coverage. And so one of the biggest things I'm passionate about on the Diversity Inclusion Board is making sure that our coverage as a whole newspaper, the 800 or so articles we publish a semester, that coverage is representative of the UT community and of our readership. But, there's no way to track that. And like we need a way to track that to be able to understand how well we're doing at our job, essentially. And so this semester, I spent quite a bit of time talking to professors, and I have no coding background. I'm so bad at that kind of stuff, but I put together this like little automated system to track our overall coverage of the Texan, and hopefully it would lead to our first inaugural end of semester report, so readers can have a sense of what are the topics that the Texan covers the most, what can they improve on. Hopefully then we can get reader feedback and internal feedback and improve and create diversity inclusion initiatives for the future to help track our progress going forward. Growing up, I felt that, and again, a lot of people could say the same thing, I felt both the harmful effects of the media and the positive effects of the media. And it's definitely a double-edged sword. And I never knew journalism was something that I wanted to pursue, obviously growing up. I felt pretty firsthand that there were two sides to the media. And so I would, going into high school, getting that very like amateur experience in reporting, I realized that, as an individual, I had the opportunity to bring to light other people's voices and issues of other people, or things that other people should know to inform their own decisions. I realized that instead of amplifying per se my own voice, I wanted to amplify others. And that sounds really cheesy, but I really felt that that was where my purpose aligned with the most. And so that's what motivated me through high school. essentially. And then that's what continued to motivate me at the Texan. And that's been motivating me through my work in the Diversity Inclusion Board as well. It helped me as a reporter. It's my mindset going into the Diversity Inclusion Board to making sure we are, there's such a limited number of articles we can cover. We can't cover all the issues entirely. We can't be producing like 2,000 articles a semester, like you would know that. And so, there's a way we have to prioritize our coverage. And so now I'm really passionate about working on the back end and making sure we're prioritizing the issues that need to be heard by perhaps underrepresented communities or to the general public that may not be seen up front.